We got some breaking news from CPAC 2025. My exclusive interview with Ben Bergquam has revealed what the mainstream media is desperately trying to hide. The cartels aren't just trafficking drugs anymore. They're engaged in active firefights with American forces at our southern border. As we recently reported, Mexico's Senate has just greenlit U.S. Special Forces operations on their soil, a historic first that tells you just how dire the situation has become. Meanwhile, Secretary Nome is implementing lie detector tests to root out the deep state operatives who've been compromising ICE operations. It's not just a border crisis anymore, Patriots. It's a war for America's survival. And while cartels are waging war at our border and special forces are being deployed, Americans' stress levels are through the roof. The blood pressure crisis in our nation is real, but unlike our border, you can secure your health today. That's why I trust this breakthrough formula that's helping Americans take control of their heart health naturally. While we fight to secure our border, secure your well-being with this clinically proven solution. Visit boostwithgary.com and get 40% off our special Secure the Border bundle. That's boostwithgary.com, because your health security can't wait. Okay, this is the breaking news. This was just moments ago. Ben Bergquam exposes the truth. Cartels are already waging war on America. Mexico Senate greenlit U.S. Special Forces. Active firefights are happening at the border. Let's check in with
11,000. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? I'm recording right now. Say hello to the world.
Hey, you know, CPAC, what a difference a year makes, man. From a year ago to today.
Isn't that right?
Going from the death of America to, as my friend Jeremy Harrell says, the rebirth of America. This is where we're at it. But everybody, it's just the beginning. The battle is just beginning, and it's up to this generation to save it. This is not we're not here to celebrate. We are celebrating, but it's a quick celebration, and then it's on to action. This is the beginning of the fight, and it's every generation's fight to make. So God bless you, man.
Hey, Ben, we're here at CPAC. We got Ben Bergquam with Real America's Voice. Check him out. Were you just down the border again?
Yeah.
This guy's doing the most wild stuff down there at the border. He puts his life on the line. He's bringing us like the most insane news. I find out he's in Chicago. He's in my backyard. He's like hunting the Tren de Aragua gangs, like going through the most dangerous places that no man should ever go. What did you see in your last adventure?
Well, we just got done 2 weeks embedding with ICE, and then just this last weekend embedding with BORSTAR, the tactical unit. It's the search and rescue side, like BORTAC, but the search and rescue side, down in El Paso, Texas, and Sunland Park, New Mexico. And it's wild. It's off the hook. I mean, the numbers have dropped incredibly on our southern border. The encounters have gone from border-wide 11,000 per day to under 400 a day. But in El Paso sector, from 2,500 a day to under 100 per day. But even with that, the cartel, we saw the busiest day that they've seen since President Trump took office when I was down there. Chase after chase after chase. We caught all kinds of bad guys. And the cartel's not stopping. So thank God they labeled them terrorist organizations. President Trump did that. That's the key to this. Two things we have to do. Treat them like terrorists, go in after them, take them out of power in Mexico, and then defund and prosecute the NGOs in America that have been inviting this, as well as go after the cartel operations within our own country.
So what do you make of the news when we found out that the Mexican Senate had just approved special forces operations for our U.S. Special Forces?
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge. Unprecedented.
It's huge.
What were your thoughts when you know
that? You have two lines in Mexico. You've got the corrupt and the uncorrupt, or the incorrupt, or whatever the actual term, appropriate word is. You've got the corrupt, and then you got the ones that aren't corrupt. And the ones that aren't corrupt have wanted this for a long time. The problem is in Mexico, half the time you don't know who's who. And even the officials don't know who's who. You don't know if the DA is corrupt, the judge is corrupt, the local city officials are corrupt, the local police, the federales, the National Guard, the military. And so at every level in Mexico, you've got massive corruption. And they've just been waiting. What President Trump does by bringing in our backup to give them the backup, it unleashes the ones that aren't corrupt to say, we're going to go after these guys. And hopefully what we have to do is not only go after the head of the snake and the leadership of the cartel, but also then follow the money up through every branch and level of government to weed out the corruption within the country. And it's a remarkable opportunity that only is happening now because you have the leadership of President Trump.
So with respect to these special forces operations going in, they're doing intelligence gathering right now. They've got, drones, our drones. The cartels have also been given the green light to use drones against our border patrol. So, how close do you think we really are to a shooting war, or is it happening and we don't know about it yet?
Some of it's already happening. I mean, the cartels run almost every major city in America. They're battling with the organized crime in almost every major city in America. And so that's already happening. But when it comes to military style war on our border, it's very close. You've already got in El Paso sector where I just came from, they've had 4 active shooting situations since President Trump took office. Not talking about it a lot, but that's happening down there.
Four active shooting situations
where cartels shooting into America. So this is happening as we speak. Now it's what our response is going to be. So and
Holman has said he's like the gloves are off.
Yeah.
He's going scorched earth.
Yeah. No, that's it. So we've got now the mindset. Really, the biggest difference between where we were a month ago and where we are now is the posture. We have a president who puts America first, who gives military border patrol the authorization to do their job, and then ultimately giving these other foreign governments the ability to do their job and hopefully eradicate these cancers from their own country.
All right, you heard it here first with Real America's voice, the one and only Ben Bergquam.
God bless you, brother.
We'll see you guys. All right, yes. Wow, I mean, that guy is doing some amazing work down there at the border. We love featuring him, and especially seeing him in real life is always a pleasure because he has inside information that is so beneficial to all of us. I had no idea that there were active firefights taking place down there. And so the temperature is rising at the border, but we're going to get it under control. Mexico has caved. Special forces are there. We got, the surveillance teams, intelligence gathering. It's all happening. It's stuff we had reported weeks ago, and it's all coming to light. Here we have this, too, from the Washington Times. ICE pulls out of University of Maryland career fair after student backlash. Yes, they're triggered over there at the University of Maryland. Leading report, Tom Homan has just stated that the individual responsible for disclosing sensitive details of a significant ICE operation in Aurora has been identified. Remember that? They went to the Tren de Aragua, the apartment complex that was taken over by the migrant criminals, and they went there and they were all gone. They all got tipped off. Well, they suspected it was an insider at the FBI who was leaking information. And the information was getting back to these gangs, and that's how they were able to evade arrest. Well, now they've just found the leaker. Yeah, not a good day for them. We also have this coming in, Libs of TikTok. 8 hours ago, Minnesota legislators say illegal aliens qualify for Tim Walz's paid family leave. What?
Who are going to use that. Question for you is, you are using, and you kind of showed it in the presentation there with kind of that testing round. Folks who are going to use this use their social security number or an ITIN number. Is this benefit going to be provided for people who are here illegally?
Deputy Commissioner.
Mr. Chair, Representative, there is no requirement in the paid leave law that is tied to citizenship. Now, naturally, somebody, in order to qualify for the benefit, one has to have wage records of at least 5.3% of the state's average annual wage per the law.
Wow.
Question.
Oh, just because it's not in the law. Okay, so that's their loophole they're going to try to abuse. We have this also. I Love America News. U.S. Air Force intelligence aircraft have now entered Mexican airspace following a historic agreement aimed at combating the cartels. It is on. Here we have more. This is Representative Melanie Stansbury. Today, we held a roundtable with local immigrant rights organizations and officials on how we can support our communities during these difficult times. Oh, yeah, difficult times. For who? For the American people? For the American people or for the immigrants, the illegals, the ones that came here illegally? Difficult times.
Albuquerque. It's our district work period, and we're just wrapping up an immigrants' rights roundtable here in our Albuquerque office. We heard from the city immigrants' rights.
Let's just be clear, okay? If you are a legal immigrant, then there should be no problem. So, what is she talking about here?
Organizations and nonprofits that are working with our immigrant community, with our refugees and asylees, to really understand what is happening on the ground, how the attacks that are happening across our immigrant communities, the executive orders, the unlawful actions that we're seeing are impacting families. And we want to leave one message with our community, which is to our immigrant community, we stand with you. We stand with you at the federal level, the state level, and the community level here in Albuquerque, and you have rights, and we are working to make sure that not only you can survive, but also that you can thrive in our community. So here is a message from many of the organizations that are working to help support our immigrant community.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nina Cooper, Deputy Director of the Office of Equity and Inclusion of the City of Albuquerque. And we just want the immigrants of Albuquerque and vicinity to know that we are with you, that the City of Albuquerque is an immigrant-friendly city. We're committed to organizing policies, procedures, equipping our staff, making sure you have what you need to thrive, not just to survive, but to thrive. We want to encourage you to be resilient and hopeful, and the city is behind you.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Tom Homan, you got some marching orders now. It is obvious. Head to Albuquerque, New Mexico. What else have we got in the lineup here? We have DHS Secretary Kristi Noem issues a dark warning telling employees they'll face lie detector tests to expose those leaking ICE raids. Bring it on. Here it is more. Mr. White, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem tells illegal aliens to leave our country now or face deportation with the inability to return to the United States. Yes, you'll be blacklisted. Homeland Security posting this 7 hours ago. There's a new sheriff in town. Wow, this is the official Homeland. I never thought I'd do this. The official Homeland Security X account. There's a new sheriff in town. Under POTUS, Trump, and Secretary Noem, illegal border crossings have reached record lows. Look at this graphic: 93% decrease in encounters, 1,029 pounds of fentanyl seized, 85% decrease in apprehensions. And here we have more. This is a great start, Mr. President. Keep up the great work. Trump has deported 14,470 migrants via Mexico. The country's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, has confirmed. There's the headline from Breitbart News. It is official. It's happening. And we have more. 5 people arrested for at least 6 murders, allegedly tied to a cult. Holy cow. This is all more news. Pool. Wall Street Apes. ABC News Chicago comes right out and says that the city has been knowingly allowing illegals to operate businesses.
Chamber of Commerce. There are,
and you know what's great though? You know what's great though is that the man Johnson is going to be dragged before Congress very soon, and I'm sure he's going to have to answer for this.
Hispanic businesses in the state of Illinois, quite a few owned by undocumented residents. Today, the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce launched a campaign to make sure that all Latino businesses are protected from ICE.
From the kitchen to the bar, immigrant business owners make up nearly a quarter of self-employed individuals in Illinois, pumping almost $3 billion into the economy, according to the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. But not all owners have plans to keep their businesses going if they're deported.
Payroll, bills to pay, all that stuff. I'm the person who's dealing with that. So, yeah, I am worried every single day.
Angel Diaz is undocumented. However, he is in the final stages of getting his U.S. citizenship. Bringing his grandmother's recipes from Mexico City to Chicago, Diaz opened the Spilson restaurant by himself 9 years ago.
I mean, I've been working hard for so long, and I've been here for more than 25 years. You know, I feel like this is where I should be, you know?
Despite Diaz's longevity here and economic contributions to the United States, the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and others are urging businesses to prepare for a succession plan in case their owners are deported.
Those businesses that are facing these challenges are going to continue because they
business, but you didn't start with a firm foundation of citizenship. So, hey, when Tom Homan and his boys come knocking, there's no place to run. There we are. We have more. Let's keep going. In the ICE department, employees at DHS Secretary Noem warns employees polygraph tests will be implemented to identify the leaks. 7 hours ago, the United States has officially labeled the following as foreign terrorist organizations: Tren de Aragua, MS-13, the Sinaloa Cartel, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, United Cartels, Gulf Cartel, Northeast Cartel, and the Michoacan family. There it is, folks. It's happening. Oh, and speaking of Ben Bergquam, we've got this. He just posted this 24 hours ago. Crazy footage. Illegals pretending to be hikers chased down on the border.
Yeah, that's definitely a dump spot. So they'll come down here, dump some of their clothes, change clothes, and think that Border Patrol won't recognize them when they show up on the trail. And then sometimes they'll actually try to walk in down the trail like they're locals just up here for a hike. It's funny because they're so obvious, you know. I don't know who they'd fool, but definitely doesn't fool Border Patrol. Are they running too?
Yes, bro, they're with them. They're all together.
So just speaking about the clothes that were left on the trail there, we got a group of 3 illegals coming down here. They were trying to blend in walking down the trail. Looks like we got 2 more females walking up the trail, pretending like they're just out for a hike. Anthony spooked them and they started running. And now they're trying to run back up. I just sent the coordinates to our Border Patrol contacts. So you can see them going up the hill right there as we speak, trying to run away right here on the trail to Mount Cristo Rey. These guys look like they're trying to get over another spot. I think we should go up this way, Anthony, and cut them off. Let's go check it out.
The women are going back up the other way. Yes, sir. Okay, you got it.
On the main trail, dropping that way. We got 2 guys. One was in all black. I got him right.
Wow.
Yeah. He's cutting across and it's hitting the wash. And there's another in all black up and over. There he is. Hold on, stay down. Lay down. We'll start moving soon. If he goes left, it's perfect. We're gonna follow his trail once we get down. He's not that far.
Now, this clip goes on for like another 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and repost it on my X account so you can see it in full. Remarkable work by Ben Bergquam down at the border. And as you know, we just saw him in the hallway here at CPAC, and he gave us that exclusive intel on what's really happening at the border. New York City, Allie Beth Stuckey, just a reminder that an illegal alien burned somebody on the subway a few weeks ago, and all your friends crying publicly about deportation said nothing. unbelievable. So we're going to continue to track all of this information. I mean, the stuff that's happening on the border, the people pushing back, it's just going to continue. So we're going to keep covering it. But the situation at our border has reached a breaking point. My interview with Ben Bergquam at CPAC confirms what we've been reporting. Cartels are waging actual warfare against America. Secretary Noem's crackdown on ICE leakers proves the deep state has been undermining our security from within. Meanwhile, Minnesota is giving illegals paid family leave while American citizens struggle. But here is what the establishment doesn't want you asking. If Mexico is willing to allow U.S. Special Forces on their soil for the first time in history, how bad is the situation that they're still hiding from us? What intel do they have that is so horrifying it forced this historic decision? Share your theories in the comments below. And stand strong with our new MAG Avengers gear collection at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. It is linked down below.